What's the moment like?
Well, I'm just excited that we're playing really relevant basketball that matters. And actually, believe it or not, that was one of our goals this year, is that we wanted to play meaningful games in January and February. And if you're doing that, then you're doing things the right way. And we're a team that's very goal-driven, goal-oriented, and we aspire to win the conference. And the only way you win the conference is you've got to beat the team on top. Rice is the team on top right now, and we'd certainly like to give them a great run for their money on Thursday. I think this team is capable of doing just that. We're certainly talented enough, and we're playing good enough basketball right now. But I can certainly appreciate the question, because this is an important game. This is a game that matters, and I'm just glad that we're involved in playing it.
Would you agree with that sentiment? This biggest game of your tenure so far?
Well, you stumped me on that one. I'm not really sure, to be honest. We've played so many big games since I've been here in my short, 2.5 years or whatever it is. We've played some really quality games. There are some games that jump into my head that were very meaningful. When we beat Western Kentucky here, I thought that was a meaningful, big, quote-unquote game. I thought even last year, as much as we struggled with injuries, I thought beating Marshall in double overtime was a quote-unquote big game. But in terms of making a run at the conference championship, maybe this is a bigger game than most. But even if we are fortunate enough to win on Thursday, then the next biggest game of my tenure would be Saturday. So we can keep playing that game all we wanted. I just want to continue to play well. I just really like our team. I like our chances against anybody, just because we play so hard and we play a pretty good brand of basketball.
How does Rice, what do they do well, and how do you think you stack up against them well?
Rice is a very interesting team because they play just like we do. They love to run in transition. They love to score in transition. They're very fast. We're going to have to really work on that in practice today, guarding in transition. But then when they don't score in transition, they run a solid 4-out, 1-in half-court attack, and that sounds an awful lot like the Miners. So it's one of those things where we mirror each other in a lot of ways. I think the one area where we don't mirror them is they have a really big, and we don't have that. But the one advantage we do have is we have a much stronger bench than they do. So you kind of trade one to get to the other. But I think we're really similar in style of play for sure, which will make for a really interesting game.
Talk about the bigs, Derek. What do you do to try to really neutralize?
Nancy Mulkey is one of those players. I've already told our team she's 7'4", and that way when she shows up on Thursday and she's 6'7", they're going to say, she's not that big, So we'll play a little mind game with them. But it's one of those things where she can be the difference in a game because of her shot block ability. Her ability to change shots, really. So anything in the paint, she just kind of stands in the paint and zones it and tries to change shots, and she's really good at it. So points are a premium inside the paint. You really have to make your hay when she's not in the game, and hopefully we can do that. Also, offensively, she's a very difficult person to guard, and not because of what she can do on the low block, but what she can do from the elbows. She is an extremely good shooter 15 feet out, which is, you wouldn't think that would be the case, but it really is. She's more dangerous 15 feet out than she is on the block. But we'll have to pay special attention to her. She's a good player, and her and Agumike are really the difference makers on their team.